This is how you can obtain a high-potency growth serum using nothing but dry leaves and rainwater. The KNF technique originated from the natural farming system developed by Cho Han-kyu in South Korea during the 1960s, with a core philosophy of nourishing the soil before feeding the plants by utilizing indigenous microorganisms. In the video, How to Grow Anything Without Chemicals, Serum Secret, I introduced you to this KNF technique and demonstrated how to apply it to create an exceptional organic fertilizer from leftover rice. In this video, we will continue to explore KNF techniques to transform those falling autumn leaves, combined with rainwater, into an enzymatic solution that triggers an instant root explosion after just one application. Every week, I share grounded insights on organic gardening and intentional living. Hit subscribe to ensure you're getting authentic, earth-first advice you can actually trust straight to your feed. To initiate this biological fermentation process, the raw material preparation phase determines 70% of the batch's success, and you will be surprised to find that everything is readily available right within your own living space. First and foremost is a clean source of dry leaves. You should prioritize collecting a wide variety of species, ranging from almond, maple, and oak leaves to smaller varieties like birch. Dry leaves act as a reservoir for organic carbon, along with secondary and trace elements filtered by tree roots from deep soil layers. Upon falling, they become a vital food source that nourishes billions of soil organisms, from earthworms to microbial colonies and tiny fungal hyphae. Second is the source of rainwater, which is considered the cleanest water source in natural farming due to its ideal pH and natural atmospheric nitrogen content. You must strictly avoid chlorine-treated tap water, as chlorine is a potent disinfectant that will instantly wipe out the microbial colonies we are painstakingly trying to cultivate upon contact. Third is the source of starch and starter microbes. You can utilize the concentrated rinse water from the first wash of rice or whey, the liquid from yogurt. These are exceptionally rich sources of lactic acid bacteria, which act as a foundation to stabilize the fermentation environment and inhibit putrefying bacteria. Fourth is the energy source from molasses or brown sugar. Sugar is not a direct fertilizer for plants, but rather fast food for microorganisms, providing them with enough energy to multiply their population millions of times over during the challenging initial stage. The KNF system, sugar is typically used at a ratio of approximately 1 to 3% of the total solution to provide a source of easily digestible carbon for the microbes. Finally, a bit of natural sea salt or a handful of humus from beneath ancient local trees will serve as an invaluable supplement of minerals and indigenous microorganisms, ensuring your solution possesses robust vitality and the best adaptation to the local climate in which you live. To begin, you must perform a preliminary treatment to break down the leaves' tough outer structure, allowing the nutrients within to be released. Once you have collected the fallen leaves, especially the layer closest to the ground that has begun to decay and shows signs of white fungal mycelium, crush or finely chop them. This action not only reduces the volume, but also actively breaches the persistent mechanical shell, opening up millions of entry points for indigenous microorganisms to easily penetrate and decompose the leaves from the inside out. Next is the stage of preparing the culture medium within the composting bin. Pour rainwater into the container, then dissolve brown sugar, rice water, and a pinch of sea salt according to standard proportions. 1 kilogram of dry leaves for approximately 5 liters of rainwater, adding 50 to 100 milliliters of concentrated rice water and about 50 grams of brown sugar for every 5 liters of solution. This step creates a nutrient-rich, high-energy mixture ready for beneficial bacteria to proliferate rapidly. A small but effective tip: instead of pouring the leaves directly into the water, which makes filtering the extract difficult later, place all the pre-treated leaves into a clean mesh bag and use a weight to submerge the bag completely at the bottom of the bin. The key factor determining the success or failure of this technique is oxygen. To ensure the decomposition process remains clean and odorless, you should use an aquarium air pump or periodically stir the solution vigorously with a wooden stick at least twice a day. Finally, simply cover the mouth of the bin with a thin layer of cloth or parchment paper so the batch can breathe and vent gases naturally, while strictly preventing insects from entering. During the 2 to 4 week waiting period, you must perform periodic inspections to maintain quality control over the solution. One of the most accurate metrics is the moisture test. When you pick up a handful of leaves and squeeze firmly, they should feel pliable and stick together, with only a few drops of water trickling out to meet the standard. If water flows out in a stream, the batch is overly saturated, leading to a risk of rotting. Conversely, if the leaves fall apart upon releasing your grip, they are too dry, causing microorganisms to enter a dormant state and cease the decomposition of organic matter. Another critical technical factor is the scent profile. A successful batch should emit a mild, tangy sourness, similar to pickled greens or fermented glutinous rice wine, which indicates that beneficial bacteria are active. If you open the lid and encounter a pungent, foul odor, like rotten eggs or ammonia, it is a sign of failure caused by the growth of protein-decomposing, putrefactive bacteria. In this case, you can remedy the situation by adding a large amount of brown sugar to rebalance the carbon/nitrogen ratio, then compacting the mixture tightly to exclude oxygen. Beyond the aroma, the color and surface condition of the solution serve as vital quality indicators. When fermentation proceeds smoothly, the liquid typically turns amber or a dark brown resembling strong tea. A thin layer of biofilm, or clusters of tiny bubbles, may occasionally appear on the surface. Alternatively, if you have the equipment, you can use litmus paper to test the solution. In most successful fermentations, the pH level typically ranges from 3.5 to 4.5, indicating a slightly acidic environment. If the pH rises too high or the liquid turns cloudy gray with a heavy stench, the microbial system has likely lost its balance and requires adjustment through additional sugar or enhanced aeration. Furthermore, you must pay close attention to the source of the leaves. Do not collect material from plants infected with fungal diseases, such as rust, powdery mildew, or bacterial wilt. Finally, maintain an ideal ambient temperature for this process between 25 degrees Celsius and 35 degrees Celsius. After about 2 to 4 weeks, when the solution turns deep brown and develops a distinct tart, sour aroma, it is ready to be harvested for garden use. To care for the foliage and boost plant resistance, dilute the solution with clean water at a 1 to 1,000 ratio and spray it evenly over the entire canopy during the early morning. The enzymes and organic acids will enter through the leaf pores, creating a natural protective layer against fungal diseases while promoting more efficient photosynthesis. If the goal is to reclaim degraded soil or stimulate root growth for newly planted crops, use a 1 to 500 dilution ratio to water the root zone directly. The organic acids and enzymes in the solution help dissolve partially insoluble minerals in the soil and activate the rhizosphere microbiota. Many observers have noted that newly planted crops recover significantly faster after being watered with this leaf-fermented solution. Young leaves begin to expand after just a few days, and their green color deepens thanks to improved photosynthetic processes. Some vegetable growers also notice that the soil in treated areas becomes softer and more friable after only a few weeks. Upon lightly digging the surface layer, they often find a substantial increase in earthworm populations, which is an excellent indicator that the soil ecosystem is being restored. The remaining leaf residue, once the liquid extract has been drained, should be kept as mulching material. Spread this residue over the soil surface around the base of the plants to retain moisture and prevent direct sunlight from drying out the ground. This also serves as a bountiful food source for earthworms and other beneficial soil organisms. From seemingly worthless dry leaves and a few liters of rainwater, you can create a powerful biological solution that nourishes both the soil and your plant. This represents the core principle of natural farming. Instead of trying to force plant growth with chemicals, we activate the microbial ecosystem so that the soil can regenerate itself and nourish the plants from within. Thank you for watching the entire video. If you found this helpful, please share it with your friends. I will see you in the next videos.